In this video, I'm looking at the Tripowin X HBB Olina SE. These names. We're going to talk about, should you get one? Is it any good? If you got the original, should you upgrade to the SE? Let's talk about it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. That is the box, very similar to the original one. Inside you do get a faux leather carrying case, and of course you get the IEMs, which are right here. And here they are. Now I will compare them to the original model later on, but for right now I'll just look at them how they are. They are pretty reasonably small, but first of all let me tell you the price of these is $79, and inside of these you'll find a second generation 10mm diamond-like carbon or DLC diaphragm. And yeah, that's about it. So the shells, the build quality is great. Not a whole lot different from the original Olina, except for those ones had a marbled faceplate. These ones have a black matte finish, just like the majority of the shells there. And we've got a Hawaiian styled turtle there on the front. You also get the same cable. Well, I think it's about the same. It might be a little bit thinner perhaps than the original one, or a little bit more supple, but yeah, it's not a bad cable. It does tend to tangle quite happily, but yeah, in terms of handling, it's all right, not too bad. All right, now, so for those of you who have the original Olina, like this one, I'll cut right to the chase. If you've got these, you probably don't want to spend the money upgrading to the SE, if you would call it an upgrade. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But long story short, the Tripowin Olina SE is basically the Tripowin Olina with a few, like 3 dBs taken off at 5 kilohertz, and apart from that there is bugger all difference. And you know, while it's good to have a lot of choice, it's great for consumers, I find it really frustrating that, you know, brands will release a model and then just like a month later, or sometimes even weeks later, they'll release a revised edition. It's just very confusing. Oh man, don't even get me started. And the reason I find it frustrating is because the differences are so minor. But I am getting ahead of myself. So for those who don't have the original, let me tell you about how these sound. Now, they have a fairly balanced sound signature. The bass is slightly elevated, but not really that far from neutral. I would not call this a powerful bass. It is very clean and controlled, but it doesn't really sound very authoritative. It lacks impact in my opinion. The sub bass is pretty good. You do get some nice rumbles in there, but overall the bass just feels a little bit underwhelming to me. In quantity, that is. I mean, like I said, the quality of the bass is actually very good. So you won't really get any significant bleeding into the mid-range or anything like that, but at the same time, you're not going to get that deep, visceral sensation that you do from a truly authoritative bass. And as far as the mid-range goes, yeah, the mid-range is fairly forward, pretty solid sensor image. There is that pinna gain, that upper mid-range lift, but not as extreme as the original Olina, although there's only like 3 to 4 decibels in it. It's very minor, and it's only really around that 5 kilohertz region. You know what? If you're interested or curious about these, just go and watch my original Olina review, but I want to get right into the comparison with the original here, because there's so little difference. I find it kind of frustrating. You know, it's all about marketing really, although you could say that, you know, good on them for trying to get the best sound out of it, but I don't think the result that they've gotten with the revised edition here is really anything to write home about. Like, overall, it's a very safe tuning. It is a competent IEM, but it doesn't really do anything outstanding. It doesn't really distinguish itself in any way. It's slightly less shouty or aggressive in the upper mid-range than the original one here, and you know, but really they're so close that you could almost just choose which one that you want depending on the physical look of them, because the sound is not really that different at all. In fact, if anything, I would say that the SE version has a slightly more compact soundstage than the original one, which was one of its most appealing qualities. But yeah, the treble level is pretty good. It doesn't have an overly harsh or a sharp treble. It's fairly detailed, but overall, it's just okay. It's not really great at anything. And for that reason, I don't know if I would really recommend it. Look, if someone was shopping in this price range, I would probably recommend the Tin Hi-Fi T3 Plus over these. But if you do buy these, or if you have, or if you will, I don't think you'll be disappointed really, but you probably won't be amazed by them. They are just all around okay. And I do like the fact that they're only about $3 more in price than the original one. But really, I just kind of feel like, you know, what was the point? Why bother just saturating the market even more with another budget IM when it's so close, so similar to the original one? And having said that, I think I'm just going to wrap it up there, guys. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it the old thumbs up, Parfam audiophile style. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.